7:35 on this Friday morning, back on the morning drive, brought to you by Valdosta Toyota, Jordan's Jewelers, Dr. Rick Ambrosic at Southern Vein and Laser Center, and Earl Copeland's Garage. 241-1059 is our number. Always glad to have our next guest in the studio with us this morning, John Eunice. John, good to see you.
Good morning, Chris. Great to be here as always.
And always glad to have you here. And I know you're a busy guy. You always got something going on. And it seems like every time you hear there's a new event that somebody has put together for the James Eunice Scholarship Fund, and that's always great to see.
We're blessed. We, as we go about and talk about it, we think it speaks volumes about this community and the way they continue to embrace and lift up the story and legacy of a young man who just wanted to make a difference. And
he did. And he did when he was here, and it continues to go on. And this latest venture is, and we see this, I know you see this all the time, put together by people who never met James.
Right. This was born from a meeting at Sam's Club in January from a young man named Mark Tatch, who had just relocated here from San Diego, retired from the Navy. And he was associated with a special weapons unit out at Coronado Island, and wasn't part of that, wasn't a SEAL or anything, but he was part of a unit there. And for his retirement ceremony, or retirement event, he asked his commander, said, I'd like to do a 6-mile swim in San Diego Harbor, which is part of their training venue. And when he heard this story, we talked for probably half an hour that day at Sam's, and he called me about a month later and said, John, I want to do, with your and Tammy's permission, would like to do this swim in honor of James. He said, we don't want to do a 6-mile swim. We want to do a 7-mile swim because 7's the perfect number, and we think it's a great way to honor and continue James's story.
And that will come up here on September the 30th?
September 30th will be the event. We'll kick it off that morning at 7:30, and we'll actually have an event that previous day, the 29th. We'll have a chicken dinner that evening. The Lowndes County 4-H Club will be the site for that. The event itself, which the club there, or the 4-H camp is located there at Long Pond, and the event will take place in Long Pond. So we're excited about it. Have, again, several volunteers, Billy Van Alden, Greg Charbonneau, James Rosenbaum, Laura Minshew, Steve Plymouth, a number of folks who have stepped up here and just to be a part of this story and help continue this legacy of faith and unconditional love.
And how can folks get involved with it?
They can go check the website out. We have a TCT7, the clock is ticking, 7-mile swim. The website itself is tct7mileswim.com. They can also go to register at active.com, or if they're interested in just finding out a little more about it, they can go to James's website at jameseunice23.com, or if that doesn't work, jameseunice23.webs.com.
Okay.
Or give us a call. Our home phone is 245-1036, and be happy to tell you anything about the swim or put you in touch with the right people for that.
And, of course, the Scholarship Fund, you guys have continued to do amazing things with that and giving back to the community and supporting a lot of scholarships and other endeavors as well.
We've been blessed through that. Through the last, Tammy and I talked last night as we were talking about Must Win and reading a few excerpts from that. We talked about this now almost this next Saturday will be 20 months in. And the outpouring and support for James's story. We've been blessed to give back to scholarships for young people graduating here over the last 2 years, to various charitable agencies, and, of course, with the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, and which they have been really appreciative of what you've given back to them. They continue to kind of spread that through other agencies and helping out where they can as well. So it continues to go on. And again, the Facebook page, is it still up as well?
Facebook page is up. There's actually James's Facebook page is up. There's a TCT, or I think it's actually called The Clock is Ticking 7-Mile Swim Facebook page.
Okay. You
can look for that. In fact, Tammy was playing with the little letters last night, and she formed the fish, obviously, which Christian symbol there, but she pulled that up, and the TCT 7-mile, the Clock is Ticking 7-Mile Swim Facebook page popped up when she did that. So,
and ironically, September the 30th is 23 days away from today, John. So how about that?
23 days from today.
Another little God wink there for you. So, and for those of you who maybe, if you're new to the area or something, you're just saying, well, exactly what is this they're talking about? I urge you to go to the Facebook page and learn a little bit more about James and his story, and John and Tammy, you and your story as well, because it's, again, I think most people are aware of everything that happened. But for those of you who aren't, it's a tragic story, but it's also an inspiring story, and it's one worth knowing about.
We were blessed. The Valdosta Daily Times ran a cover story this Monday about it, and they've been very gracious about keeping information flowing on that. Also, Colby Harris, a young man who graduated with our older son John, put something in the USA Funnies, an advertisement for it there, a little story there. So that's available throughout town to get additional information as well.
Gotcha. So again, you can go active.com, TCT7. Is that correct?
TCT7mileswim.com.
7mileswim.com. You can check it out there, register, and again, that's coming up at Long Pond on September the 30th. And get a group together. Again, it's going to be a good day just to raise some money to help out the community, which this thing has really kind of snowballed, and it continues to have more and different events, and people just you really, oftentimes, John, and you know this well, John Eunice joining us this morning, when something like this happens, there'll be a flurry of activity, and then it will start to wane, and we just haven't seen that. Right.
We've been blessed, and again, as I mentioned earlier, it speaks to the community. It speaks to James's life, how he lived. The little excerpt, somebody sent us an excerpt from the book that Drew wrote about the Wildcats, and it shows James supporting his quarterback during a rough stretch in a ball game and telling him to support, yelling, support your quarterback.
Yeah.
And he was fiercely loyal to his team, to his teammates, to friends, to family, and just, reached out and invested in others and loved others and shared his faith, and that was what he was all about, and that's what we're all about as we continue to try and give back and keep his legacy going.
Absolutely. Yeah, check out Must Win, by the way. It's on bookstores, on bookshelves now. Came out earlier this week. Drew Jubera did a fantastic job of chronicling that season, which was James' senior season at Valdosta High School. And it's a great book. James has mentioned it throughout, and as are a lot of other people. But it's a very good read. He did a great job with it. So.
Yeah, and Drew Tulsa does a great story of chronicling this city, this community, and the Wildcat football team.
Absolutely. So, John, always good to see you. I'm sure this is going to be a big success, as they always are.
We're excited about it, Chris, and obviously always a pleasure to be back here and chat with you about this.
Anytime, man. You have an open door, so come see us anytime. So
thanks so much.
And we'll continue to remind folks about that again before September the 30th, which is just a few weeks away. So get out and make your plans to be there on that Sunday. It'll be a good event, and also that chicken dinner on Saturday as well.
Chicken dinner's available that Saturday evening, $10 a plate. So best deal in town.
Absolutely, good chicken. So, John, good to see you, buddy.
Thanks, Chris. Good to see you.
Take care. Our best to Tammy as well.